There we go. Take 2. It wasn't recording before, but now it is. First time taking my bike to work. Obviously I've taken bikes to work before, but this is my first time taking the R6 to work. My big girl bike. I've been reluctant to take it so far because it's summer here and my bike just runs pretty hot whenever we're not at speed, so through peak hour traffic, for example. And I just really didn't feel like sitting on a 100-degree crotch rocket my whole commute to work. But today I felt like it, so here we are. My camera, when I first turned it on, it automatically went to photo mode. So I was trying to record, and then I was checking in my mirror to see if it was recording, and it just wasn't. So I had to pull over and it was just taking photos after photo. So curious to see what photos I took. My fucking jet engine fan has come on already. I brought a spare pair of pants in case my ass sweats too much, so I can change into and sit in those at work. Actually wasn't my idea, it was actually a co-worker's idea. Because I was saying how I was reluctant to bring my bike to work because it just runs hot, and I know that it's just going to be running hot throughout peak hour traffic. It's going to be like 100 degrees most of the way. And they said, why don't you just bring a spare change of clothes? I'm like, it kind of seems like a lot of effort, but it was a good idea. Oh my god, the sun makes it worse. Even though the sun's ridiculously hot, I need to wear a long sleeve because otherwise I'm gonna burn. I'm so pale, I literally burn like a tomato in easy like 10-15 minutes. I could put on sunscreen, but I often still burn even with sunscreen on. I've had this bike for just over a month now. I think it was a month, maybe a week ago. So far, like, I literally absolutely love it. Like, this machine is so beautiful. The only thing that I'm not loving is just how hot it runs, just because this bike disperses air terribly. Like, it all just kind of sits around my legs and just makes me hot because I'm just sitting in hot air. And it's also summer in Australia, so that doesn't help. I am looking forward to winter though. It's the first time in my life that I have ever looked forward to winter, because I actually think I'm going to be able to ride more in winter because my bike is going to keep me warmer than my previous bikes have. So that's new for me, looking forward to winter for once in my life. I should probably think of some topics to talk about during these vlogs. I just kind of wing it and then just talk when I feel like it about random things that come to mind. And there's no real set agenda, but they actually might be a little bit more interesting if I have some things in mind. Being in this lane around this corner is always a gamble because this right lane tends to get built up, whereas the left lane doesn't, because the right lane only turns right and the left one goes straight. Beautiful. Traffic is good today. I love it. I don't have to be riding a 100-degree crotch rocket through lots of traffic. It can only be a 85-degree crotch rocket. That's a win. I'm so happy that I upgraded to this bike. I heard so many good things about the R6s before I bought one, and for a while I wanted a ZX6R, but I decided to get an R6 over that one just because I've always had Ninjas. I've like only owned Kawasaki's, so I was excited to try something different because I knew Kawasaki's good, and I've heard good things obviously about Yamaha as well, super popular bike. So yeah, still love the ZX6Rs. I think they look sick. Would still love to ride one to see what they're like, because obviously I know that they would be different to the Ninjas that I've owned. But I am super happy with my purchase. I'm very happy that I've tried out something different, and obviously just heard great things about the R6s, and a month into having one, completely agree with everything that I've heard so far. It's just such a beautiful bike. They're so much fun and they're so smooth. The 4-cylinder life, you gotta get on that shit. It's beautiful. There goes the jet engine again. Jet engine fan. Looks like a lot of important businessmen in their important businessmen clothes are going to what I can presume is an important businessman meeting. Perhaps at the cop shop. I'm just gonna sit in the traffic here because both of these lanes do something different, and I would usually lane split through them on my 650, but it was always a little bit like dodgy because it gets pretty narrow as well. So as shit as this might be, I might just sit in it for a little bit if I have to move up. Yeah, that's how narrow it is. I'm not making it through that. I probably wouldn't have made it through it on my 650. Man, that sun is brutal today. Please don't run me over. Thank you. This road is nice. They always have koala signs. It makes sense. It's right next to the bush. My backpack's making my back sweat. Something that I didn't bring spare was a shirt because I didn't think that my back would be sweating from my backpack. I really didn't think that through. That was a very obvious thing to think because it happens like every time that I wear a backpack in summer. Didn't think about it. Oh well. That was nice of him. I hate the traffic here. Well, the traffic here isn't so bad on my bike because I can just go around it. Up until I get to this part, because people start to then make two lines and come over to the left like this. Which lane's better? Neither? Okay. Sometimes my takeoffs are flawless. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. Please don't run me over. Thanks very much. I appreciate it. I want to ride a liter bike and feel how they disperse hot air, because I know that they get just as hot, if not hotter, than my bike, but I'm pretty sure that they disperse air just like a lot better from like talking to people that have them, or I'm just a wuss. So I would like to ride a liter bike to find that out, which one it is. I could just be a wuss, honestly. I'm a wuss in the cold, and I'm really not used to hot bikes like this, so it could just be that, honestly. Look at this guy. Zipping through life. Looks like it's having so much fun. I feel like I'd fall over if I owned one of those. I can be a bit clumsy, I say as I'm riding a motorbike. Oh well. I love how Yamaha conveniently made this tank big and flat, so it's super comfortable to put my arm on, because they knew what they were doing. They were making an aggressive super sport. They're like, we need somewhere for these riders to put their fucking arms so they can relax for a minute. I need to get over. Ah, look at this nice spot here just for me. Although these bitches can't go in slow. I am a bicycle. I identify as a bicycle. I'm a motorized bicycle. Still a bicycle. It counts. I'm just gonna scooch in right here. And then scooch on through here. Before or after the truck? Looks like I might be stuck. good he didn't start moving forwards. Usually I do a pull up this street, but lately people have kind of been pulling out of these driveways without looking, so I think I'm gonna just cruise right now.
Literally just now, it's like, I think Eve said she might ride her bike in, and then
Yeah.
she heard the rumble.
You summoned me. Speak of the devil.
One eternity later.
Home time. Friday. Friday pulls. Oh, this roundabout fucking sucks. My favorite time of the week, Friday afternoon. Should be Friday afternoon, hopefully just a cruisy ride home. I'm hoping for little traffic. Will I make it through this light? Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm gonna go around. I think I definitely rather riding my bike just on the weekends than taking it to work, only because taking it to work feels like more limited rides almost, just because of traffic and how many people are on the roads. There's not as much space and not as many opportunities to do pulls, and even if you can do a pull, it's usually pretty short-lived because you just run into traffic again. So it's definitely can't talk. It is definitely a lot nicer to just ride it on the weekend. Whole week of work just melting my brain. My co-workers loved my bike. It's the first time I've taken it into work, obviously, and I've had it for about a month, so they've all seen photos of it, but none of them have seen it in real life yet, except for one, because he also has a bike and we've gone on a ride, but they all loved it. How could they not? It's kind of like a full circle moment, really, because I used to take my 300 to work, and then after that I would take my 650 to work, and now I've taken my R6, my big girl bike, to work. I think that's pretty cool. The sun is still just as lethal as it was this morning. Oh, dumb bit. I love lane splitting down this part of my commute because it's always got so much space. This lane builds up so far, so it's nice to just lane split through it. I don't know if many other people do this, but when I wait at lights, I love balancing the bike with no feet. Taking both my feet off the ground and see how long I can balance for. It's just like a fun little thing to do. Keeps my brain occupied while waiting at lights. Whole lane to myself. How lovely. And I'm in the shade. I'm getting pretty good at this balancing thing. I swear back there I balanced for like a solid 2 seconds. A solid 2 seconds with no feet. That's a new world record in the world of Eve. Jet engine fan has been activated. There's this one road coming up that if I lane split to the front, it just gives me such like a clear space of road to do a pull, and like a decent pull too. But a few weeks ago, there was a freaking speed camera there. So now it's ruined for me. Too nervous to do a pull there now. I don't want to lose my license. With how quick this can speed up, it's a very easy thing to do. I can only imagine having like a liter bike and then speeding up on that thing. Seeing Zach on his bike, how fucking quick that thing speeds up. Redonkulous. Thank God the weather was good today. I went to ride my bike to a work event on the weekend. It had been predicted all week for the day to be sunny, with no rain, like sunny, 30 degrees. That's what I wanted, you know, so I could ride my bike. Got up in the morning, got ready, got dressed, grabbed my helmet, standing in the garage, opened the garage up, and it was fucking raining. The roads were soaked, and I just saw that, and I'm like, I'm not fucking riding an hour to this event in that. Hell no. It did clear up, but it was raining the entire drive to the event. This is the road that I'm talking about, by the way. This bus stop right here, that's where the cop was sitting with his speed camera. Not gonna lie, I saw my fuel light before and I thought it was a check engine light initially. Oh, the fuel light's gone off. I don't need fuel anymore. Magically refilled itself. That'd be great. A self-refilling bike. I had to do that to get lots of cold air through the bike so it would start cooling down. I didn't go above the speed limit though. Obviously. Often I see like fucking bikes and I'm looking at the bike, seeing what bikes they have, and forget to fucking wave because they're always only there for a second. And then by the time I like go to react and wave, they're gone. So if you ever see me on the roads and you're riding and you wave to me and I don't wave back, just know that that's why. I'm not a bitch, I swear. Well, I like to think not. My backpack is so empty. It had more stuff in it this morning before I went to work, and obviously my lunch container was full of lunch. But now it's so empty, and it's like a full big backpack. Like, you take it hiking with you. And when I do go like camping or something, I do pack it and take it with me. But apart from this backpack and my small little backpack, which is like just one of those normal like mini backpacks that you see, those are the only two that I have. And unfortunately, that small backpack does not fit all the stuff that I need to take for work, like my laptop, my lunch, and my water bottle. It could fit probably maybe my lunch and water bottle. No way in hell I'm getting my laptop in there. And if it has my lunch and my water bottle in it, that's probably all it's really fitting. I need to get like a mid-sized backpack. I know Zach has one that I can borrow, but I need to get one of my own. Especially if he also rides into work, then I can't borrow it because then he uses it. I was saying to one of my co-workers earlier today when they were looking at my bike that this bike can go every speed limit that we have on the roads that you can legally go. This bike can do all of them in first gear. So I was saying, I'm like, it really only needs 1 or 2 gears, and I think there's just 6 for fuel efficiency. But even having 6 gears for fuel efficiency, it's not super fuel efficient. It's way more fuel efficient than Zach's bike, but it's definitely significantly less fuel efficient than the 650. Well, if you've watched this far, thank you so much. Give me some tips on how to do an intro and an outro, or I could stay cool and edgy and not do intros and outros and just abruptly start and stop my videos. That could be pretty cool. Home sweet home. Oh, and I made it the whole day, riding all on my own, and I didn't drop it. What a successful day.